Hello, Flash Report readers, or I guess in this case it would be watchers. We're here in Sacramento for a special on-the-road trip with the handy flash cam. We are here in the offices of the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, where since 1978 the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association has been battling against higher taxes and protecting taxpayers. And lo and behold, who should we find here at the headquarters of the Jarvis Association, in his own office, but HJTA's president, Jon Coupal.
I'm here quite a bit of the time.
He is here quite a bit of the time, doing a lot of great work. We're here to talk with Jon Coupal about some legislation that was introduced across the street here at the state capitol, legislation which unfortunately met a predictable demise. John?
Well, it was in the two respective houses. Jeff Denham and Ted Gaines pushed bills eliminating the high-paid positions for the boards and commissions. You know, the whole issue of the boards and commissions has been one that is fomented for a long period of time because it's a prime example of waste, fraud, and abuse in California government. And the legislation sought to remove these high-paid positions and to make sure that the pay that is given reflected per diem, a very.
I think this bill specifically was to literally eliminate the integrated waste management board,
right?
And it was run in each chamber, and I think that they got defeated on party line votes.
It did, and as I was about to say, the integrated waste management board is the prime example of a wasteful board or commission. And because what it really is, and you know, I've written a column on this, is a parking place for retired politicians or politicians who have been defeated at the ballot. So unfortunately, the elimination of the Integrated Waste Management Board did not progress as a piece of legislation, which is horribly frustrating for us because if the Democrat leadership cannot get rid of this one board, which is the poster child for excessive government, then that tells us they are not serious about reducing any spending, wasteful spending, fraudulent spending, and tells us, I think gives voters a heck of a good reason to vote no on Prop 1A, because if these guys are not serious about this, when are they going to get serious?
And why should a Californian vote to tax themselves $1,000 a year when not only everybody on their block, everybody on their street, but everybody in their neighborhood's tax would literally be going to pay the millions of dollars of salaries that go to these obscenely high boards and commissions. We
Right.
see retired legislators, and it's not just Democrats, but there are plenty of former Republican legislators that sit on these boards,
Right.
and that's an additional challenge that we have. It's like they vote against them, they say that these boards and commissions shouldn't exist, but they're happy to be appointed to them and take the
Right.
money from them. So I would like to join with HJTA in commending Ted Gaines and commending Jeff Denham for introducing these bills, for commending the Republicans for supporting them, and I think, like John said, if this isn't just one more reason to vote against Proposition 1A on the ballot, either with your absentee ballot or at the polls in a few weeks, I don't know what better example there could be.
You know, another example, of course, is Jeff Denham has repeatedly pushed the issue of surplus property, the sale of San Quentin and the golf courses owned by the state. And again, even if you're a Democrat who wants more money for government programs, this should be a no-brainer. This is an easy way to get revenue for government, whether you want that for existing programs or return to the taxpayers. Republicans have repeatedly pushed good government efficiency measures that are continually turned down in this building. Another great example, the bill to allow slant drilling and increase California's oil production. Think of how many ways that would help this state.
Sure.
It would help with their energy needs. It would bring jobs
And new revenues to the state.
And new revenues to the state. I mean, this should be a no-brainer. But again, there seems to be an abject lack of seriousness among the majority party to address some things that in any other state would seem very simple and something which should be automatic.
Well, the one thing I can tell you is that, as somebody pointed out to me on our favorite lefty blog, the California Progress Report, we had Senator Dean Flores from the Central Valley, in a very panicked moment, wrote that if you don't pass Proposition 1A, we're going to have to make lots and lots of cuts. And to that, I would say, vote no on Proposition 1A. Thank you very much, John.